first is a question that you need to constantly ask yourself, and I mean anyone who's engaged in this, is how do I see other people, right? And this is always a classic test of enlightenment, right? Somebody who claims to be enlightened, you ask them, what are other people? And a lot of times you'll get answers like, oh, they're the sleepers, they're the unawakened, or they're just there, they're consumers, it's like, so it's like, and I feel that if you end up in a position where other people if you have anything less than total compassion for the humanity and vulnerability and suffering of other people, while simultaneously understanding that they're not victims, they're people just like you, and they're just as inherently divine as you. Anytime you're in some magical change paradigm and you end up slipping into this place of thinking that it makes you more significant or more elite than other people, then you've slipped. Right? You've slipped off the path. And that dovetails with the second question, which is, what can actually help people, right? Out of all this stuff, because it's so easy for people to disappear up their own assholes, right? And just read every book and do all the gematria. And like you said, the Kenneth Grant, pastry confection and whatever that is, they're just like up the asshole of Cthulhu, or just become, endlessly armchair, or just become obsessed. Then the other thing you see is people just becoming obsessed with collecting grades or getting the accolades of people or becoming significant online. It's all bullshit. All of it, right? And even the ideologies and the practices don't really matter. The only thing that matters, at least in my way of thinking, is what if this can actually help people? Like, what can actually ease human suffering? What can, like you said, what can we do to show people that there is a hopeful view to see the world? What can we do to show people that they can escape from being slaves, whether that's slaves physically or slaves of the mind? Or what can we do, even frankly, literally, tangibly, to solve some of the serious issues in this world, like literal human trafficking or literal, it's like, if you have so much magic power, then what are you going to do about human trafficking? Right? Like, what are you going to do? Right? Let's see, there's so many, in the fantasy books and grimoires and movies and stuff like this, wizards are always, dueling dragons and evil nemesis and stuff like that. Well, there's lots of dragons in our world right now. Human trafficking, the dangers of artificial intelligence, systemic racism, it's endless, right? Serious diseases. Well, pick a dragon and find a problem big enough to test whether this stuff in your head is actually real or not, and see how much of a dent you can make.